FC25 is almost packing its bags. We've got just about weeks left before FC26 takes over. And let's be honest, some of you probably already uninstalled the game. But if you're still around, scrolling YouTube, looking for that last spark before FC26, this is for you. Need coins? Go to u7buy.com for the cheapest FC25 coins. With over 40,000 positive reviews, trusted by top FC25 creators worldwide, it's the best place to upgrade your team. Get up to 4 million free coins right now, plus use code DRFC at checkout for an extra 8% off. Don't miss out. Need coins? U7Buy is your best choice, with code DRFC for 8% off today. Levi de Weerd is one of the very best FC players in the world, representing Team Liquid at the highest level of competitive play. One of the qualities that makes him stand out is his ability to stay composed and beat pressure, something every top player faces. Because let's be honest, the moment you feel the press is real, that's when you know your opponent is truly good. But here's the difference. Handling that press, breaking it down, is exactly what separates a division rivals grinder from a pro player. So today, we're going to break down how you can master the art of beating the press, learning from Levi de Weerd. So let's break this down with Levi's gameplay, and I'll walk you through every mechanic and concept he uses to keep possession under pressure. And trust me, if you can master this, your attacking game will skyrocket. So here, Levi wins the ball back. Straight away, you can see the situation. The opponent is pressing with 5 players pushed high. The central area is absolutely clogged. Now, first golden rule of dealing with pressure, don't try to force it through the middle. That's basically donating possession. Levi knows it too. He plays it into midfield, sees how tight it is, and immediately takes it back to his center back. Smart. From there, he moves it sideways, exploiting the open space. That's the next tip. When you spot space, use it. Every time you shift the ball, you drag the opponent's shape, creating more gaps. Levi reads the press, turns away, recycles again through his center backs. This is called switching sides on the ground. Watch what happens. As soon as he plays one side, the opponent closes it down, which naturally drags more players to that flank. More bodies, less space. Classic trap. The solution: always be ready to switch sides, whether on the ground like Levi here or with an aerial switch. And look, it works. On the far side, space has opened. Levi sends his fullback on a run, forcing the opponent into a choice: cover the run or cover the pass. The opponent bites on the run, leaving the forward open pass for Levi. Simple, effective. Notice how Levi uses a directed run to push his fullback wider. That's crucial. Always push play into wide areas, because it stretches the opponent and creates gaps in the central zones. And here's another pro tip. Send players forward on the wings, not through the middle. Why? Because wide overloads drag defenses apart. Now Levi passes back into midfield. And if you've been hesitant about learning the player lock mechanic, this is your wake-up call. Look how perfectly he uses it. He locks onto one player, drawing the opponent's attention there, then instantly switches to another, positioning him into the free space. That's elite vision. And here's the beauty. Remember that fullback run Levi triggered earlier. The opponent is fully aware of it now. If they ignore it, Levi takes it. But this time, Levi punishes differently. He player locks onto his striker, makes a sharp run in behind, and nails the through pass. Game over. The opponent can't keep up. That's the beauty of beating the press. Once you break it, the counterattack is wide open. One mistake from the opponent, and you're already celebrating. Here's another example with Levi showing exactly how to handle pressure. He wins the ball and immediately plays it to his winger. Now watch closely. Instead of panicking, he starts dribbling sideways into space. And here's the tip. When pressure comes at you in the form of defenders charging, don't try to force it forward into a wall. Either pass sideways or dribble sideways. The logic is simple. Keep the ball moving sideways. That buys you time and keeps the play alive. Of course, you can't run sideways forever. Eventually, the touchline comes knocking. So what does Levi do? He recycles. He plays it back to his fullback, then into his center back. And now we're back to what we already talked about in the first example. The golden rule. Switch sides. Once again, space opens up on the far side. Now Levi triggers his fullback, which immediately forces the opponent into a decision. Track the run or protect the pass. That's the whole point of using wide areas under pressure. Trigger those wide runs, stretch the opponent, make them uncomfortable. And here's where player lock comes in. One of the strongest tools in FC25 when breaking a press. If you're not Anders Weergang with octopus fingers, you need this mechanic. Levi locks onto another player, positions him perfectly into the free space, and takes the pass. Smooth, efficient. From there, he slides it into his triggered fullback, and suddenly the press is starting to crumble. But here's another crucial tip. Always expect. Expect your opponent to take certain defensive actions, whether it's cutting off passing lanes or pressing the ball carrier. Let's be real. You're up against a solid player, someone near your level. What makes you think they'll just sit back and watch you waltz through open passing options or space? No. Beating the press is about being steps ahead, predicting their next move. And Levi does exactly that. He expects his opponent to step up with the fullback to press. So what does he do? He dribbles sideways again, calmly, waiting for the moment. And when the lane opens, he forces the pass, but not blindly. His triggered teammate has already come short to receive it because Levi called him closer. That's another golden tip. Don't be shy about calling players toward the ball for short passes. It makes breaking the press much cleaner. And just like that, the pressure is broken. Levi's through, the counter is on, and his opponent is left asking himself questions. Here's where player lock comes in, one of the strongest tools in FC25 for breaking a press. Levi locks onto another player, moves him into free space, and takes the pass. Smooth. But here's the real key. Expect. Always predict your opponent's next defensive step. They won't just sit back. Levi does this perfectly, waiting, dribbling sideways, then timing the pass into his triggered teammate. And remember, call players short when needed. It keeps things clean. Just like that, the press is broken and Levi's on the counter. Here's another example. Levi once again up against heavy pressure. Notice how the opponent is locking onto passing lanes, shutting every door possible. One of the best ways to deal with that? If there's space, you dribble forward. But the real gem is to dribble sideways or pass sideways. Levi does exactly that. He reads the press building on one side and immediately resets, passes back, then switches sides. Classic switch from the ground. The same pattern we saw earlier. But here comes the clever bit. The smartest way to break a press isn't just about switching sides, it's about killing your opponent's timing. Most players pass all the way in one game flow direction, side to side. It's called the game direction, and it's predictable. Levi flips the script. He breaks that rhythm. Instead of continuing, he snaps back in the opposite direction. Now, ideally, he shouldn't have taken an extra dribble. It's control into that directio. Then you immediately break back to the opposite direction. But still, the concept is gold. That's the break game direction trick. And you can see how the opponent was reading the game direction concept with his players. And you can do it in many ways. Sharp one-touch passing, fake dribbles, sudden directional changes. All of these kill anticipation. Watch how Levi passes back to his center back, notices his opponent waiting to pounce on the fullback option. So he delays. Just a half-second pause, then bang, he makes the pass once the defender switches off. On the minimap, you see Levi calling his winger. That's pure elite vision to use the minimap. Threading it wide, then bouncing it back to his fullback. This triggers the winger's forward run. And then comes the dagger, a lobbed-through pass into space. The entire press is shredded in one sequence. From there, transition complete. Levi turns defense under pressure into a full-blown counterattack, capped with a perfect finish. Pure class, pure composure.
Well, when you're in a position like this, you need to take positive touches. Back post, you save me up for the tap-in, and that will be Levi de Weerd.
So all in all, the biggest lesson in these examples is to try and create options for yourself using player locks, sending players forward and calling them short, and mainly have patterns, especially while building up from the wing, because that's the best zone to deal with the press. Use your patterns well and make sure you move forward step by step, not in a rushy way, but in a way that you choose the right options. Are you tired of losing in EA FC25? Imagine getting coached by the same people who train the best players in the world. Team Gullit has developed some of the biggest pro players in EA FC, like Manuel Bachure and Emre Yilmaz. Now you can get one-on-one coaching from their experts, whether you're a casual player or trying to go pro. Why Team Gullit coaching is special. This is not just watching tutorials. A Team Gullit coach analyzes your gameplay, corrects mistakes, and gives you a game plan to dominate your opponents with well-organized one-on-one session at an affordable price. And you get 10% off using the link in the description with discount code GETBETTER10. But this offer won't last long, so take advantage while you still can. Click the link in the description now.